I have a YouTube short discussing this problem. I am on Twitter discussing this problem. There are problems with the 2025 Oscars. 97th Annual Oscars. There's a problem here. And today we're going to discuss why Smile 2 should be in the Oscars. And while Emilia Perez, still haven't seen it, but I don't care. It shouldn't be in there. It should not have more nominations than Dune Part 2. It definitely should not have more nominations than Challengers. And I am pissed. Yeah, in case you can't tell by that intro, I'm not happy. The Oscars are horrible. I literally only got into the Oscars 2 years ago. And that's just because I've heard how fun that is, and that able to make more content over on my old channel that I'm not doing anymore. And like, I just got into it 2 years ago, and I think those two Oscars, they did a good job. The nominations were good. Everyone can be happy with the nominations. So what do they do for 2025? They ruin it. How many nominations do Dune Part 2 and Challengers have together? 5. How many nominations do Challengers have overall? 0. That is some absolute bullcrap coming from the biggest bull in the entire world. Challengers should, at the very least, have Best Supporting Actor, have Best Original Score, have Best Original Screenplay, and that's all a nomination. Hell, it should have Best Picture. Like, it should be up there. But you know how many nominations it has? 0. Tell me why, Oscars. Why does Challengers have 0 nominations? I genuinely don't know. I don't know how much crack they were smoking doing this video. Or doing the Oscars this year. I don't know how much. But it is some utter bullcrap. But we're not here to complain about the Oscars today. Because I hate that. I genuinely can't stand that Emilia Perez has 13 nominations. We're not here to complain about them. I watched Smile 2 last night, and the only thing I thought about the entire movie is, why doesn't this film have any Oscar nominations? Genuinely thought that. And so today, we're going to discuss why Smile 2 doesn't have any Oscar nominations. And what nominations it should be nominated for. Before I get started with my rant, tell me down below. What movie do you guys think got snubbed? Don't make it Challengers, because we all know Challengers got snubbed. But what movies do you think should be in the Oscars and nominated for certain things that's not? And if you guys enjoy this video, I will make one talking about Challengers and how it should be nominated. Alright, Smile 2. Love this movie. I'm mainly making this video just so I can gush about how good this movie is. I rewatched it last night. I actually, honestly, rewatched half of it last night and then woke up, finished the other half because I kind of fell asleep in the middle. And I love this movie, and genuinely I could not stop thinking about why it's not nominated, because I genuinely think that this is a horror movie that should be nominated. Now, you could pull off that card that, oh, the Oscars don't nominate horror films. Well, why the hell not? Why don't they nominate horror films? Because horror films are really good. The Substance is getting a lot of nominations, and as a horror fan, I'm happy, but that movie wasn't necessarily made for me, and it's not a movie that I was like, oh, okay, I love that. This movie is like, you know, it's got great ideas here, but I would never revisit it, even though when I do go to the AMC Oscar Marathon, I might be watching the movie again. But this was a film I think should have been nominated. What category should it be nominated for? Let's go down the list. Best Picture. Do I think it should have been nominated for Best Picture? No, I don't. I mean, this is my personal preference, but it's definitely not a Best Picture worthy movie. Because, I mean, it just doesn't compare on any level to the Best Picture. Emilia Perez should not be a Best Picture movie either. But this movie, I don't think, should be. Should it have Best Director with Parker Finn? This is one where I'm a little mixed on. I'm leaning towards no, because I think the Best Directors lists are great. But then again, you are giving Emilia Perez Best Director, so why not? I'm leaning towards no on this one, though. I think the direction of this film is perfect. But again, I do think there's much more worthy directors out there to take the place than Parker Finn for this movie. The categories that I think this one should be nominated for: Best Actress in Naomi Scott, Best Screenplay, and Best Score. definitely think it should be nominated for those 3. And maybe a little bit more. You get Best Actress in Naomi Scott, and her performance is flawless. Almost. Not almost. It's flawless. Because she's able to play this character that you're rooting for, you know? Like, she just had this accident. She's getting rid of the drugs in her life. And so you're rooting for her, and this thing's coming down, and everybody around her is just like, she's going crazy. She's on the drugs again. And it just provides a great response to why they're not believing her and her performance as she goes crazy. She dives down into this descent of madness, and it's flawless. And Naomi Scott plays that perfectly. It's creepy by how good she plays this performance. And I 100% think she should be nominated for Best Actress. And I am a little pissed that she is not. So, Naomi Scott, not nominated for Best Actress, should be 100% yes. Best Score. There's some challengers. I'm pissed that they're not nominated for Best Score. This one, the score adds to the creepy vibe. I can't necessarily put my finger on, like, I just watched it, so I have it stuck in my head, but I'm not going to, like, emulate it with my voice. But the score just has this creepy vibe that genuinely makes you think about what's going on. Makes you think of the curse that's happening. And just, like, very creepy. Immerses you. From the very beginning, as soon as that dude gets hit by the car and that score starts coming in, okay, I don't remember in the theater this score being this good. And it's very creepy, very good. 100% should be nominated for an Oscar, in my opinion. And then you got the screenplay. And this is one where I'm a little mixed on. I'm leaning towards yes, though, because this is a movie that constantly takes the rug, sweeps it out from under you, and constantly makes you be like, whoa! I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought that was real. And by the end of the movie, you learn the entire movie is not real. The entire movie just gets, you just get swept under the rug and completely tricked you. And it's awesome. Like, the way that the film is just, like, randomly pulls the rug out from under you. Everything you're watching is fake. It makes sense. Not a single sequence in this movie I was like, that's not believable at all. That's not. So I think the script is great. Another category, cinematography. I think it should be nominated as well. This film has some very good cinematography, and whether you get the very opening sequence with the guy in the one-shot sequence, I think definitely that should have been instantly nominated. But then, like, the whole film, able to be shot at such a great way, where they do unique things with the camera. Quite often you have these upside-down shots. I think it looks gorgeous. And so I definitely do think the cinematography should have been nominated as well. So yeah, Smile 2 should be nominated for 4 categories. Do you know how many categories Emilia Perez is nominated for? 13. Why is Emilia Perez nominated for 13 categories? Hell if I know. I have no idea why Emilia Perez is nominated for 13 categories. I haven't seen the movie. I'm only going to watch the movie because I have an Oscars ranking, but I am not looking forward to that whatsoever. So, I mean, just unbelievably stupid that Emilia Perez, 13 Oscars. Oppenheimer from last year, 13 Oscars. Nominated for 13 Oscars. Man. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, 13 Oscars. Emilia Perez has 13. What? Why? What is going on with the Oscars? No idea. No idea what they decided to smoke this year. But it's horrible. It's genuinely horrible. I'm going to have tons more Oscar content on the channel coming very soon. So if you guys don't mind hitting that subscribe button, stay tuned for all that and hit the bell so you never miss another Oscars content, because I'm going to have the Oscars ranking. If you guys want, if this video does well, I can even do another one of these rants talking about what challengers should be nominated for, because I would totally do that because I love challengers as well. So I'm going to have the Oscars ranking. When I do the marathon, I'm going to do a little vlog thing for the channel. So thank you guys for clicking on this video. Stay tuned for more Oscars rants. Oh, and by the way, I am going to have a live stream night of the Oscars, so stay tuned for that as well. And with that said, thank you guys for clicking on this video. Subscribe.